No normal wolf would fight with such determination.
The breach may have driven them mad. Or perhaps a demon took command of the pack. I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people. That should help ward off demons.
This would be a good place to set up.
This must be the horse master.
We should look around.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Here you're trying to bring order back. It's high time someone did. Didn't expect it to be some free marcher's noble, though. Name's Dennett. I served our Lehman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Glad to hear it. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition. Good to see you, Inquisition. Once that's done, I'll give us a cat. Beyond that, my daughter's... I imagine not being killed. You take care of my people. Watch yourself. Good to see you, Inquisition.
Farewell.
Good to see you, Inquisition.
Fancy trying out one of my courses? Fancy trying out one of my courses?
What kind?
I said, it's too... You tried to ride the course before I call... You make time. Nicely done. Fancy another race? done. Fancy another race? Great. The last course is still set, if you'd like to try again. I'll be damned. You've mastered every course I set. That was some riding.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees well. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more.
You said you had a...
I do. I've marked good spots on the map.
You fight hard, Seeker.
We would be dead if I did not.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will... They're possessed, or something like...
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
I believe he exists.
That's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I was born in Ostwick, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevelyan's, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pendergast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 70th throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pendergasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pendergasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
You're not on very good terms with your family, then.
I do not visit, if that's what you mean. The Pentagousts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
You don't seem to...
Thus, I did not see Navarra.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living. A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. Navarre, it is odd to be so fascinated with... The short version is... But Justinia convinced me... I only wish she had lived to see. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely...
That's what happens with stories that...
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was... Yet I became the right hand.
You're delightful, you know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
So if we get better horses, you think that'll make a difference?
Blissa wants to know if you have anything that can make tavern food taste
one
a little
death.
more.
There is but one God, and he is our maker.
Need something? I'll tell you what I can.
My creator, judge me whole. Find me well within your grace. Touch me with
Hello. Why? I'm sorry. The best of the battle. A Sir Alistair and the hero. It is the fate. I treasured my... I learned how to control. Second, the fate. If our enemies destroy... You have chosen a path. Spirits of purpose help. Wisdom and purpose.
You're saying that you became friends with...
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with...
Anyone who can dream is the potential. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith?
They're not defined by their bodies, but they do have bodies. You need one to be a person. A living...
On occasion, yeah.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it.
Get used to being a pawn? To be discarded when the Maker's done with you? The chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later. You find anything we need, let me know.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mage!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you. Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper...
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to...
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave would...
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer?
That won't help restore order in the hero...
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester. Clearly, your Templar knows where...
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because... The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however. Impossible to say...
Your organization flouting the...
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
I'll make sure they see reason in that.
Heaven has been filled with silence. I knew that, and crossed my heart with shame.
Researcher Menave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach? A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. We remember she had do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
I appreciate your insight.
Take it for whatever. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor. What more do you wish to... It is little enough work. To that, add the... More than that I cannot say. It is a chaos...
Farewell.
Farewell. I greet you.
Is there anything I...
My healers would benefit... If you could... It may not seem like much, but it would...
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentacus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite our Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little.
You expect...
Undoubtedly. An ambassador should ensure the daily... The nobility of... For better or worse, being the Inquisition...
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Monte.
Thank you. Let us hope so. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day.
We can use that. Please tell me if you find something. Please tell me if you find something. If you find anything, please bring it in. If you find anything, please bring it in. Please tell me if you find something. Please tell me if you find something.
What may I do for you?
That's...
I don't recall seeing you at any of them.
Attend one ball and you'll fend off invites for a dozen more.
That reminds me. The Heralds of Andraste had...
To parties?
Only 17 this month, I'm afraid.
Tell me.
I should much like to believe... Well, in any case... We once sent entire...
But not anymore.
Ah, no. These days...
What did you do?
I had the... I'm also first in line to become the head of House...
How strong is...
I would never... We cannot... If anything, the alliances I forged...
Do you think the...
If we... Protection, counsel, justice...
When there was no sky maker.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours. At your service. Let's see what we have.
All right.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask him.
What can they do? It's just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through. The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the people? Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. Her naive and beautiful heart, silent. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. No servant of anything beyond his selfish greed.
Do you know everything the Maker commands? Look up in the sky. I alone survived the breach, and I can end it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
What if I really am the Herald of Andraste?
You have nothing. No influence, no power, and certainly no holy purpose.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royal is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Fortunately, the Templars aren't our only hope.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste... I never... Listen.
You want to help?
Never been part of something this big before, but... if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky...
What do you think, Cassandra?
Well, he is...
The Herald of Andraste. Haven is a mess. But we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
It seems changed. What's that? An arrow with a message?
Well, that was a change of affairs. You might find friends among the stunned and reeling.
The Templars didn't
My maker.
even touch you.
Look away.
What do you mean?
Are you the child? Our divine is dead. Our
Blessings of Andraste are not lost to us.
Hold your tongue. I will not hear the blasphemy of a fool. Maker, put out my eyes.
The Lord Seeker may not.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and especially the mages, just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business. Especially if you...
You have it. Of course.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
How's it been? All's well, it seems.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
The learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
And what did they need? All's well, it seems.
Of course not.
Please, move along. Oh, yes.
here. Maybe.
The Chantry has just
Ever
shown
since
us
our divine was murdered.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and on
This
to the
victory
Maker.
must please you greatly, Sika Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Now we have been shown up by our own temple, and my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with... Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the...
I do believe it. Do you have a better explanation?
Several, but are they the truth? I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come. If only that were true.
What's to stop you from
We are not looking for a winning horse.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
Does that mean the mages will help us?
We are willing to discuss it. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. I hope to see you there.
Come.